Yo, what's up, guys? Quick live stream. We're gonna try to find some good bets, ideally for tonight. So we got a lot of NBA games. A lot of games are about to start, and it looks like we have some pretty good ones. So what we're gonna do is in these live streams, I try to focus on the main sports books that are legal in the most states. So PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, ParlayPlay. I mean, we'll kind of be looking at all the main books. And today, PrizePicks, they have a risk-free bet up to $20, a promo Flex Friday. So basically, the first bet you place is risk-free up to $20. So if you lose, you get your money back. So we definitely want to take advantage of that. I thought I used it on this play I gave out on Twitter, but I still see the promo. So maybe I didn't select it. I don't know. But anyways, let's start out on Underdog Fantasy. And hopefully we can find some decent plays. So here's one play, for example, that I saw that looks pretty dang good. So it's Giannis under 7.5 first quarter total points. So if we go here, if we go to Giannis, obviously fading Giannis is scary. But if you take a look at Underdog, they have his line at 7.5. If you head over to PrizePicks, which has been a little janky today, a little slow, they have his line at 6.5, right? So we have this discrepancy between sports books. All books set their own odds. All this optimizer is doing, nothing complicated, is pointing out value in the market. So let's actually go to DraftKings real quickly. And basically, Underdog Fantasy, I think they recently added these first quarter markets. Giannis is 7.5 on Underdog. He's 6.5 on PrizePicks. So, okay, we have this discrepancy. We're looking for bets with an edge. And then if we go to, where is it? Do they have quarters here? So I want to go to player props in the first quarter. But long story short, you can see FanDuel and DraftKings also has his line at 6.5. This is just the odds jam, fantasy optimizer, which just points out value in the market. So all these books are telling us, hey, Giannis's line should be at 6.5, Underdog's at 7.5. That seems like a good play to go with. So there's a lot of esports line discrepancies right now. What's great about esports is, there's just so many games every single day. So more games, more surface area for books to cover. It's crazy, right? You can see Underdog Fantasy. They have like tens and tens of thousands of esports lines up. Same thing with PrizePicks. All these books are trying to manage their esports lines. CS2, Call of Duty, right? Like there's just so many lines available, long story short. So if there's a lot of games, I love the NFL, but if there's a lot of games in esports, there's going to be a lot of line discrepancies. So like you can see right here, this is what's crazy about sports betting is just how inefficient the market is. PrizePicks has Kinatow's line at 6.5. You head over to Underdog Fantasy, the line's at 5.5. So we have this discrepancy. But what sucks for this specific play is there's only 2 data points, right? PrizePicks is posting lines, Underdog's posting lines. There's no FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars. So it's not really clear, like, okay, is PrizePicks or Underdog screwing up? It's crazy though, right? Like it's like seeing, Giannis's assist line at 5.5 on Underdog, 6.5 on PrizePicks. It's just crazy how fragmented, like these books cannot set their esports lines. So what you could do is you could hit the over 5.5 on Underdog, the under 6.5 on PrizePicks. So you can see like PrizePicks is a little janky today. I'm not sure really what's going on, but you could hit the under 6.5 on PrizePicks, over 5.5 on Underdog. And then if he has exactly 6 kills in the first 2 maps, you'll win both bets. So you could middle bet this play. But long story short, that's maybe not as interesting. So we won't middle bet it. But anyways, we will try to find some good plays to go with. So we have Giannis under 7.5 first quarter total points. FanDuel, DraftKings, PrizePicks all have his line at 6.5. So that seems like a decent play to go with. And then you can see there's some esports line discrepancies. Like this play I like a little better because you can see here, not only is PrizePicks lower, Jock Market, another sports book, another data point. Even if you don't use Jock Market, it's another data point, to help you make good bets. Is all these books, right? They have his line at 2. Underdog Fantasy has his line at 2.5. So it's like, okay, we found this inefficiency, this discrepancy in the market. Out of the tens of thousands of lines on Underdog, we're trying to find, okay, where are these rare few spots where they're screwing up, like plays where we can actually get an edge. So what else do we have? I mean, you can see, though, what kind of sucks about this is there are a lot of plays, where it's just underdog versus PrizePicks discrepancies. So it's not really clear, like, what book is screwing up. We want to see more data points, right? The more, more data we see, the better. But anyways, there's a lot of value on Dabble, which is a new fantasy site. It has the exact same payouts as PrizePicks. There's just really good lines on Dabble. So like if you look at Damian Lillard as a simple example, if we go here, and I'm not sure if my internet's slow or something, but if we go to Dame Lillard, fuck are you doing? You'll see Underdog. So Damian Lillard, his line on Underdog is 6, right? The site Dabble has his line at 6.5. And you can see OddsJam is recommending that we take the under. And then if we go to PrizePicks, I can almost guarantee you they probably have his line at 6 as well. So they have Dame at 6 assists. So Dabble has his line too high, right? These other fantasy sites have his line at 6. Dabble's hanging 6.5. So there's really good value on the under. But I can't, like, Dabble doesn't have a website I can bet through. So it's just hard to live stream because, can't really show it on the screen. But anyways, you can see, like, a ton of value on Dabble. I mean, I kind of just try to follow the value. If there's good bets on Underdog, I'll place a bunch of plays on Underdog. If there's, good value on FanDuel, we'll have more bets on FanDuel. So anyways, let's shut the fuck up for a couple seconds and try to place these bets. So we have Giannis under 7.5 first quarter total points. That plays clear as day. And then you can see there's some other pretty good esports line discrepancies right here. So if we go to Chovy as a simple example, right, we have more sports books, more data points. That's a good thing. Hot Streak has his line at 6.5, Jock Market at 7, PrizePicks at 6.5 as well. So, that's 3 data points. These books are taking bets and moving around lines based on where action's coming in, betting volumes coming in. They all have his line higher. So it's like, okay, this seems like a good 3-pick entry to go with. Underdog Fantasy, they give you a 6x payout. These fuckers already locked it. But Underdog gives you a 6x payout for 3-pick entries. PrizePicks is only 5x, which is why you'll notice, I don't place 3-pick entries on PrizePicks because they give you crappy payouts. But anyways, it looks like they moved that last play. So we still need to find this play on Chovy. I mean, they already removed it. Maybe someone betted ahead of me, but you can see they already locked this market. So, one of the hard things about sports betting is you just got to try to move quickly because these books will move the best lines pretty fast. But anyways, what we can do is, this play is slightly worse, but whatever. Carzy over 2.5. Other books have his line at 3 or 3.5. So what we can do is we can kind of lock that in. If it goes, and you can see now they locked this previous one. Oh my God. So what do we want? We want Carzy over 2.5. Okay. Right. Other books have his line at 3, 3.5. That seems good. And then we have Cream over 6.5. Other books have his line at 7.5. So it's like, not a guaranteed win, just finding 3 plays with an edge and then just want to lock it in quickly before the lines move. So we just got down a good play on Underdog. And then we can head over to PrizePicks, which again, like, it's just a little janky today. I'm not sure why it's, just spinning so much. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to place a bet on PrizePicks. I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's just janky all around. But anyways, what we can do is we can maybe try to find some value on ParlayPlay or Fliff. I'm never going to force a bet. Like if you go to Fliff, usually I recommend setting your max odds to like 150-ish. Is there's just not really, you don't really see Fliff popping up here. It looks like there's a lot of good value on Dabble. There's some good value on FanDuel, but there's not a lot available on Fliff right now. So that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. So what we can do is we can go to, we can go back to PrizePicks. Hopefully find some good lines available on PrizePicks. And again, like the market's always moving, players are getting injured. Like if you go to, I recommend following Underdog NBA on Twitter. I mean, you can see like Zion was just rolled out. That's probably why this good bet is available on Brandon Ingram, right? You can see PrizePicks has Ingram's line at 33.5 PRAs. I can almost guarantee you they'll bump it up to 35.5 with the rest of the market. Well, it looks like they just completely removed him. But again, like PrizePicks is a little janky right now. So Brandon Ingram. But long story short, like PrizePicks had his line at 33.5. You can see FanDuel's already adjusted Ingram's line to 35.5. If Zion's out, Brandon Ingram, he's going to be taking more shots. He's going to be scoring more points. So all the books have to adjust his line higher, but all these books set their own lines, so they all have to adjust. So sometimes you can catch books sleeping if they're slow to these line movements. We can get down good bets before the lines move. But anyways, these are all plays I locked in on Dabble. I included a link below to sign up for Dabble. They give you $25 just for free when you sign up. So you sign up, you put in, you don't even have to deposit money. They just give you $25. But you can see like a good play to go with would be Dame under 6.5 assists, Brogdon over 5.5, and Luke Kennard under 3.5 threes. All three of those plays look really good. Dabble has a shit ton of value. It's a crazy book. I hope they get a website so I can live stream it. But anyways, like the way that Dabble works is just like PrizePicks. The only difference is they have different lines from one another. But anyways, let's go back to PrizePicks and let's try to lock in our Flex Friday play. And you can see there's just a shit ton of esports. A ton of esports line discrepancies. So like this is one play I locked in as a simple example. I locked this in. Well, I thought I locked it in for my Flex Friday play, but it's still showing me the promo. So maybe I didn't select the apply button. I'm pretty sure I did, but whatever. So if we take a look at this player, right, and we go to Advent, what we can do is you can see PrizePicks has his line at 20. Hot Streak has his line at 23.5. So what you could do is you could middle bet this, hit the over 20 on PrizePicks, under 23.5 on Hot Streak. It's kind of like buying a stock at 20, selling it at 23.5. But, long story short, you look at all the other data points in the market, 22. Like it's clear PrizePicks has their line too low. The value's on the over. And a lot of people will be like, oh, that's too simple. Why aren't you looking at last 5 grabs? Stuff like that. It's all baked into the market. It's all baked into the lines that sportsbooks are putting out. If his line should be lower, everyone would bet the under 23.5. If his line should be at 10, right? Then people would bet the under 22, the under 23.5, and his line would come down. Like these lines aren't static. Books are constantly moving around lines based on where action's coming in. So it looks like there's some different esports plays available. Sometimes these slips, I'm aware, it seems like such a random combination of players, NAF and Advent. But again, like PrizePicks has tens of thousands of lines up. I follow a very data-driven approach. And then basically just saying like, okay, out of the, tens of thousands of lines available on PrizePicks, which is really janky right now. So hopefully I can even bet this promo. But out of all these lines available on PrizePicks, like, okay, what are the rare few plays, that actually have an edge, right? Where are the line discrepancies? Where is the value in the market? You're thinking like an investor. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like a hedge fund manager, out of the tens of thousands of stocks investments you can make, what are those few investments that like really have a positive ROI? But anyways, so again, like when there's only 2 data points, Underdog, PrizePicks, unless I'm middle betting them, I recommend just kind of skipping them over. So like all of these, just skip them over kind of thing. But anyways, whereas this play, like Advent, we have a bunch of books. They all have Advent's line higher. We have higher confidence that, okay, PrizePicks has their line too low. They're screwing up here. The value's on the over. And again, I'm not sure what is going on with PrizePicks. So before I continue even building a slip, I wouldn't mind seeing that they're even going to let us bet this in the first place. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but Okay, so we do have the Flex Friday play. So now that's showing up, which is great. And then let me just refresh this quickly. And ideally, we can find some good line discrepancies to go with. So Vince Williams, under 20.5 points plus rebounds. Let's kind of take a look at this. And if we take a look at Williams, points plus rebounds, we want Vince Williams under 20.5 points plus rebounds. So what we can do is we can go here to points plus rebounds, and the same concept applies. Like, doesn't matter if you're betting on baseball, soccer, whatever. You always want to be finding value in the market. PrizePicks has his line at 20.5. All these other sports books have his line at 19.5. I mean, you have hundreds of data points, hundreds of sports books posting odds on NBA player props. Like, why are you smarter than everyone else, the rest of the market? These sports books are multi-billion-dollar companies. They know how to set their lines, right? Anyone who's like, oh, I can just watch sports and outsmart the books. I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, but anyways, what we can do is we can continue going through. So we now have 2 good picks. All of these, we only have like 1 data point, so maybe let's skip those over. We have Advent over 20. We want NAF under 32. And again, I just want to move quickly. As you saw earlier on the play on Underdog, they will bump the good lines. So just trying to move, ideally as fast as possible. So we have Shy under 33. All the other books have his line at 31.5 or 32.5 points. So we have Shy under 33. And then Nico under 33 as well. So what we can do is just try to move quickly. We want Nico under 33. And it looks like the most random slip of all time. But again, if these are the plays with value with an edge, these are the plays I want to be on. So then I want Flex Friday. Boom, credit only. Okay. What do you mean insufficient funds? What the fuck are you talking about? I have $10,000 in my account. Win or lose, must in place credit funds only. I mean, I have no idea what this means. Credit funds only. Anyways, are they even going to let me use this promo? So for some reason, it's telling me insufficient funds if I click the Flex Friday button. So whatever. I mean, I'll place it without a Flex Friday, and then I'll complain to support. But regardless, here we go. We have a bunch of really good picks. They all pair well together, right? We have Shy under 33 points, so we can just kind of take a look at the data. And again, you can always skip over a play if you don't like it. It's just like finding value in the market. That's the first step to being a good sports bettor. If you're betting on Shy over 33 points, when you can get him over 32.5, over 31.5 on FanDuel, like, you just know you're getting ripped off, right? And if you're getting ripped off, you're not going to be a good sports bettor, investor, trader, whatever. So, finding value in the market is really the first step to being a profitable bettor. These books are multi-billion-dollar companies. Caesars, you're not going to create a better model than Caesars Sportsbook, a $10 billion company, right? That's why the first step is like looking at where these sports books have their lines and using that as information, as data, sources of information to place your bets. BetMGM, Caesars, FanDuel, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. They're taking bets, moving lines around based on where sharp action is coming in, where are profitable customers betting, right? Where is volume coming in? So the first step is just kind of like finding value in the market. But anyways, we got down our PrizePicks play. I guess I won't be able to use the Flex Friday promo right now. But anyways, we can go over to ParlayPlay next. And we can see, again, like, ParlayPlay is another sports book. They actually have an $100 deposit match when you sign up. I included a link below with my refer a friend code. It's just ALEXM. And again, like, even I tell all my friends, even if you don't want to bet on sports long term, like, do these sign up promos, put $100 into ParlayPlay. They give you $100 for free. You have $200 in your account. I mean, it's the easiest $100 you're going to make. And every Friday, ParlayPlay, they run a 20% deposit match. So every single Friday, I put in $250 and they give me $50 for free. And they run this every single Friday. I mean, this is every single Friday. So all these books, it's like a marketing cost for them. They're running these promos pretty consistently. But anyways, what we can do is, so you can see value on Vince Williams. We just locked him in, but you can kind of see the line movement charts. Again, sometimes it's lineup driven. Who's in, who's out, who's playing, who's not playing, who's on a minutes restriction, like what ultimately causes the market to move. But you can see all these sports books, FanDuel, DraftKings, their data points, they've all ripped Vince Williams to being a pretty heavy favorite to go under 6.5 rebounds. You can pull up these line movement charts. So he's heavily favored to go under. That would be a great play to go with on PrizePicks, but we already have his points plus rebounds. And again, like the way that PrizePicks works is you take, a player to go over or under, for Middleton, you're always getting the same payout, 3x for a 2-pick entry. All the books have Vince Williams heavily favored to go under 6.5 rebounds. That's the play we want to be on. And you can kind of we have videos breaking down the math behind a PrizePicks 5 flex play, stuff like that. But anyways, finding line discrepancies, finding spots with heavy juice. Whoops. So we have that play on Underdog Fantasy from earlier, but what I want to do is let's load this back up and maybe let's lock in a parlay play slip. So parlay play, we're running into the same issue, right? You can see kind of, whoops. So there's that play on Vince Williams we had on parlay play. So you can see here for parlay play, again, there's a lot of line discrepancies where there's only 2 books posting lines, Underdog and parlay play. So, I mean, usually I just skip over those. So what we can do is we can, might as well build another slip. So we already have Vince Williams under 20.5 points plus rebounds on PrizePicks. I can almost guarantee you they'll bump that down pretty soon. Do they still have him at points plus rebounds? So they still have him at 20.5. Parlay play, another sports book that actually has the same payouts as PrizePicks, exact same payout structure, at least for their 6-pick entries. They also have his line at 20.5. So what we can do is, we can kind of take a look. There's actually a decent value on a bunch of different players in this game. So if you look here at Luke Kennard, points plus rebounds, parlay play has him at 18 points plus rebounds. If we go here to check out where all the other books have his line, 17.5 with the under favored. So again, on parlay play, we're going to get the exact same payout, right? If we take him to go over, and let me just load this in, right? So if we take him to go over or under any player, we're getting that same payout regardless. So for a 3-pick entry, parlay play only gives you a 5x payout. The optimal slip is 6-pick insured entries or 7-pick non-insured. But regardless, again, on Underdog, they're giving us a 6x payout for these 3-pick entries. So we're betting 100. So we're betting 100 to win 600, right? Boom, 100 to win 600. So we're getting a 6x payout. Parlay play, they only give you a 5x payout, 100 to win 50. So, we don't want to place 3-pick entries on parlay play. But again, we get the same payout if we take his over or under. Kennard, first of all, his line is lower at 17.5 or 17 on these other sports books. And not only that, but sports books have his under favored, right? Caesar Sportsbook, BetMGM, ESPN, DraftKings, all these books, not only do they have his parlay plays at 18, Fliff, right? Not only do these books have his line lower at 17.5, but they have his under favored or his under juiced. So it's okay, that seems like a great play to go with. So we can load in that play. And it doesn't make sense to pair with Vince Williams. It doesn't make sense to take 2 players on the same team to both go under in points plus rebounds. somebody has to be getting points, right? So it doesn't make sense to take players on the same team, both to go under in points in the same slip. So we have Kennard, Mason Plumlee under 16.5 PRAs. All the other books have his line at 15.5. Nope. So now we need to go back here, and you can see they already adjusted him lower to 15.5. We were trying to bet him under 16.5. They already moved him lower. So we missed out on that play. Chet over 22.5 points plus rebounds. So you can check out Chet, 22.5. All these other books have his line at 23.5. Again, everything is baked into the market. Lineups, injuries. You know, so many people love to be like, oh, I'm going to create my own model for beating the sports books. That's crazy, right? Like, how on earth are you going to create a better model than Caesars, FanDuel, DraftKings, multi-billion-dollar companies? It's not going to happen. But anyways, Jaren Jackson under 6 rebounds. So it looks like there's some good plays in this Grizzlies game, but is there enough to find a 6-pick entry to go with? So all these esports plays, we only have like 2 books. So let me just get rid of League of Legends. Russell Westbrook under 18.5 points plus rebounds. So we can go here to Westbrook. So they haven't moved this. So this will be our 3rd player prop. And that's starting in 6 seconds, unfortunately. So whatever. We'll call this live stream a day. We'll call it a day for now. Maybe I'll drop some dabble plays on Twitter. We got down some good bets on PrizePicks. Again, I can't even include the Flex Friday right now. Some good bets on Underdog. But yeah, thanks so much for your time.